Hey there, business owners and VAT newcomers. Ever felt lost navigating VAT reports in Sage? Or perhaps you've been daunted by the steps to get the VAT figure together to submit VAT returns on the SARS Efiling website? Don't stress. In this video, I'm going to walk you through every step, making the mystifying process of VAT super clear and easy to understand. From exploring all the VAT nooks and crannies in Sage to that final tap on your bank app to make the payment. Consider this your ultimate beginner's VAT roadmap. So, if you've been on the hunt for a straightforward start-to-finish guide, look no further. Let's get started. Here I am in the workspace area of Sage. The first thing you'll want to do is locate the correct VAT balance. Now, this isn't just any VAT balance from a report. It's the accurate balance based on all VAT transactions that have been processed through the accounting system. This balance is what you'll find in your VAT ledger of transactions, and it's the same figure that will appear in your balance sheet or trial balance. To start, I'm going to retrieve the VAT balance from the balance sheet for the period ending 31st October 2022. In the workspace, I find the balance sheet icon and click on it. This will take me to the balance sheet report options, where I will have to select the closing date of the VAT period, which is 31st of October 2022. To find the VAT balance, I scroll down to the current liabilities section, and the VAT payable account gives the VAT balance of 10,863. It is important to understand that this is the real VAT amount due to SARS. If you at any time want to know how much VAT you owe to SARS, provided that all your books are up to date, this is where you can find it. There is an alternative report to the balance sheet known as the trial balance, which not only provides you with VAT transaction balances, but also includes information from the income statement. This happens to be my favorite report, because having access to income statement balances makes the VAT reconciliation process much smoother. However, it will become clearer when you see me in action. I obtain my trial balance by clicking on the favorite icon. I select custom dates, starting from the first day of the financial year and ending on the last day of the VAT reporting period. After scrolling down to the bottom, I find the VAT payable account, which displays the VAT balance and the VAT liability amount of 10,863 Rand due to the receiver of revenue. To facilitate further analysis and calculations, I export the trial balance as an Excel document. Returning to Sage's workspace area, I click on the Prepare VAT Return icon, which takes me to the VAT Returns and Reports section. Here my primary goal is to verify whether the VAT report balance matches the VAT payable balance from the trial balance. Since they agree, I can confidently close the VAT period for September 1st to October 31st. If the report balance doesn't align with the VAT balance from the trial balance, it indicates an issue likely relating to timing differences in VAT transactions across periods. Dealing with such discrepancies can be complex and may require professional assistance for calculating the submission to the Revenue Service. Now that we've successfully closed the previous VAT period, take a look at what happens next. Sage Accounting automatically activates a new VAT period for the upcoming cycle. And it's not empty. It's already populated with amounts from the transactions we've recorded during this period. For a detailed look at the transactions during your reporting period, click on View, located beneath the VAT Report column. This reveals all the intricate VAT transactions. This detailed transaction report serves as the cornerstone of your VAT report, furnishing the primary evidence supporting your declared VAT payable or receivable amount. The report provides the following details for each transaction: date, reference, account, customer or supplier involved, description, VAT period, exclusive, inclusive, and VAT amounts. My VAT report begins with sections on standard rate output VAT and then standard rate input VAT. This is followed by the grand total and the final amount payable. Toward the end, there's a handy VAT summary. You might notice categories like standard output and input VAT on the report. Just to clarify, they aren't the only VAT categories Sage provides. For this report, I simply didn't record other types of VAT transactions. Your categories might differ based on your chosen VAT transaction types in Sage. For ease of further analysis, we're going to export this report to an Excel file. This will be especially useful when combined with the trial balance we saved earlier. In Excel, let's streamline data exported from Sage. I'm going to ignore the VAT summary section and only work with the detailed VAT transactions. Our aim here is to make the data more meaningful and manageable to smoothly transfer our data to Google Sheets. We'll remove the text wrap and unmerge all merged cells. It's also crucial to enhance the number readability so everything is clear at a glance. Next, I'll transfer the VAT report into our annual VAT summary spreadsheet. This spreadsheet consolidates all VAT reports and trial balances from various periods, facilitating calculations and a potential ranking of transactions by magnitude. This is particularly useful during Revenue Services audits, where transaction authenticity is scrutinized, often zooming in on the largest transactions. The ultimate objective is to coherently summarize the fiscal year's data for reconciliations, aligning it with the trial balance. Remember, the trial balance is pivotal. It feeds directly into your annual financial statements and subsequently your income tax return. In essence, your business's VAT numbers should mirror your financial statements, reinforcing the legitimacy, precision, and completeness of all submissions to tax authorities. For keeping my sheets tidy and organized, I'll rename the worksheet to reflect both the VAT period and document type. I also label another sheet with the period and append TB for trial balance, readying it for the incoming data. On a trial balance sheet, I'll enhance its layout, adding grid lines, adjusting date positioning, stripping away text wrap and merged cells, and enhancing readability. Since I'm familiar with account types, I'll remove the account category and description rows. After discarding any empty rows, I'll proceed to transfer this data into our main summary worksheet. Let's navigate to the February 2023 sheet, reflecting the company's year-end. Focusing on the September to October 2022 row, I'll populate it with relevant data from the VAT report and trial balance. Starting with the VAT inclusive sales, I'll link it directly from the VAT report. The exclusive VAT amount and output VAT are derived from formulas, and cross-referencing with the VAT report confirms their accuracy in our reconciliation summary. Next, I'll link the input VAT from the VAT report, which then displays the amount due in the final column. I'll then input the balance from the trial balance and compare it to the VAT report. Using a formula, we'll see a match between the two. Validating that our VAT report balance aligns perfectly with the VAT payable balance. Mission accomplished. Now shift your attention to the figures beneath our table. Here we're comparing sales per return derived from the year-to-date totals above with sales from the trial balance. We can access the latter by selecting the October 2022 TB sheet tab, directing us to the latest trial balance figures. For the complete sales, tally up all accounts categorized as output VAT, ensuring they align with our VAT returns. Next, I'll connect this total to the figure below our table, contrasting it with the sales per VAT return. I often color code the figures from the trial balance I've incorporated. This technique simplifies tracing them in upcoming months and understanding the breakdown of our sales per trial balance tally. There's a small discrepancy of R146. However, remember some reconciling items, non-VATable ones, impact our sales reconciliation. The year's reconciling difference sits at R296. Given our total sales excluding VAT is about 313,000, this minor deviation represents only 0.09% of turnover. Since our VAT liability aligns with the trial balance, this difference is likely a mere classification oversight, posing no alarm. Now let's shift our attention to SARS Efiling to perform our VAT submission. I log in using the standard credentials. Once in, I'll head to the Returns History section and zero in on the Value Added Tax option, specifically targeting the VAT 201 return. Here you'll notice the last submission was for the 2022-08 tax period. Thus, our next in line is the 2022-10 return. This reaffirms we're on track, submitting our VAT for the correct time frame. To kickstart the VAT return, navigate to the Returns Issued menu. From the drop-down, pick Value Added Tax. When you spot Request Return, select the due VAT period you aim to finalize, then hit Request Return. This action prompts the VAT 201 workpage to appear. Here's what you should verify: taxpayer's name, tax period, tax reference, return type, in this case the VAT 201. Once satisfied, click on VAT 201 Issued to access the VAT vendor declaration form. Note, there aren't any diesel rebates to claim for this vendor since they don't qualify. The vendor details showcasing trading names and the VAT registration number look accurate to me. Now let's move to contact details. Follow along as I populate the necessary fields. Tread cautiously around the Voluntary Disclosure Program, or VDP. It can introduce significant delays in finalizing a return. You should only opt yes for the declaration related to a VDP agreement if there is an official agreement established. In our case, I'm firmly selecting no for this section. Let's turn our attention to Part A of the VAT return, which zeroes in on output tax and imported services. It kicks off with line 1, representing the standard rate sales, excluding capital goods or services and accommodation. In the corresponding amount field, I'm keying in the sales including VAT figure. You'll spot that the system autonomously calculates the VAT amount, and it aligns perfectly with our VAT summary. Given that this video's focus is to guide you through a basic VAT return submission, which the majority of businesses need, I'm passing over the other irrelevant output VAT fields. However, a critical step to ensure accuracy is verifying the total output VAT figure. It's imperative that this amount aligns with our VAT summaries. Moving on to Part B of the VAT return. This section delves into the calculation of input VAT. Given that our records indicate just one category of input VATs, I'm skipping over the unnecessary rows. Our focus is on row 15, labeled Other Goods and or Services Supplied to You, Not Capital Goods. Here I'll key in the claimable and deductible input VAT from the output VAT. A quick cross-check confirms that the total input VAT from rows 14 to 18 tallies with our VAT summary. The final figure reflecting the payable amount or potential refund is determined by subtracting the total input VAT from Part B from the total output VAT in Part A. In our case, we're looking at an amount payable of 10,863 Rand. Now Part C is dedicated to the diesel fuel refund system. This initiative allows qualifying entities to reclaim amounts related to the fuel levy, Road Accident Fund or RAF levy, among other levies factored into the diesel price, as stipulated by the Customs and Excise Act. So who qualifies for this diesel refund system in South Africa? Well, it's mainly primary production activities in farming, forestry, and fishing, mining, coastal shipping, and rail freight. For our current context, Part C doesn't apply. Thus, I'll quickly skim through it, moving directly to the submission stage. Simply click on the blue Submit VAT 201 button at the top. Upon submission, the SARS system will process the form, and shortly after, you'll receive details of the submission under the Results heading section. The confirmation message we're eagerly awaiting: your return has been successfully submitted. Clicking Continue just below this notification redirects you to the VAT 201 work page. It is evident our VAT 201 return has been officially filed through e-filing. To wrap things up, we'll click Make Payment to address outstanding amounts. Hit the Pay Now button, then select OK to proceed to make this payment now. In the next screen, choose the bank as specified in your organization's details. Note to effect the payment, the payer, who's the owner of the bank account, must authorize the payment. This system security ensures one person, for example an accountant, can initiate the payment while another, the business owner, releases it. Shortly I'll demonstrate how this feature works on FNB. For bi-monthly tax period VAT vendors, like many in South Africa, VAT payments are due by the 25th day post the 2-month tax period. So if your tax period ends on 31st of October, ensure your VAT payment by 25 November. Using SARS Efiling or EFT extends the due date to the last business day of the following month, providing extra time compared to manual submissions. If the due date falls on a weekend or public holiday, aim for the preceding Friday. For this return, setting our payment request for 30 November is within the SARS deadlines. By selecting Pay Now, we commence the payment procedure, leading us to confirm payment initiation. Upon clicking Confirm, the payment instruction routes to your bank, awaiting approval. A prompt will display details such as the amount paid to SARS, the bank account used, the payment date, and a warning that once submitted, the instruction is irreversible. After confirming with OK, you'll see a successful submission notification. It's wise to print this confirmation for record keeping. This document also serves as proof for clients, showing them the payment step is complete and they can now authorize the transaction on their end. With that, our tasks on the SARS Efiling platform are complete. Click Continue to proceed. Let's walk through authorizing the e-filing VAT payment from the FNB homepage. From the top navigation bar, select Payments. Under this section, you'll find e-filing. Click on it. You should see the payment initiated from SARS Efiling. By matching the amount displayed, you can verify its consistency with your VAT return submission. On the left sidebar, look for Options. From there, choose Submit e-filing payment. Check the box next to the transaction row. At the bottom, hit Continue. This is the final banking step. At the bottom, you will find an Authorize button. Click on it. Acknowledge the terms by checking the box. Then select Accept at the screen space. A notification will be sent to your banking app. Once you release it there, the transaction is complete. Thanks for joining me on this VAT journey with Sage. If you haven't tried Sage yet, there's a 30-day free trial waiting for you with the link in the description of the video. With its intuitive interface, Sage makes VAT submissions straightforward, ensuring you remain compliant effortlessly. Remember, mastering the basics can set the foundation for future success. If you found this tutorial helpful, please share it with others. I'll see you in our next guide.